Race day is almost here, and this will be the last video before the marathon and my sub-3 attempt. Training is done, the fitness is there, now it's just about putting it all together. So in this video, I want to cover where month 3 of the block left things, the race plan, and honestly, what's going through my head right now. Month 3 was where the block peaked. The long runs hit their highest point, 35 kilometers with a 30k segment, a progressive 30k segment at marathon pace, and the week after, another 35k long run with 20k at marathon pace. The volume peaked at 92 kilometers in week 9 of this block, and after that I started tapering down with shorter runs, less intensity, and letting the body absorb everything it's built over the last 3 months. Thankfully, I've stayed healthy throughout the block. No injuries or illnesses, just some soreness here and there, but nothing that's given me any reason to worry. Honestly, training has gone just about as well as I could have hoped for, if not even better. I came into this block targeting sub-3, and nothing has happened to make me doubt that's realistic. In fact, every run and every week has just reinforced that I'm moving in the right direction. So here's how I'm thinking about race day. The goal is sub-3, which means staying close to 4:15 pace per kilometer for 42 kilometers or 6:50 pace per mile for 26 miles. Plan A is to go out at 4:15 pace and aim for a negative split, saving energy and running the second half slightly faster than the first. That's how the half marathon time trial went a few weeks back, and that's the execution I want to replicate. Plan B, if things get hard in the second half for whatever reason, is to just hold on to 4:15 pace as long as possible and finish with an even split. No panicking, but just staying disciplined, suffering, and grinding it out, and still finishing sub-3. I will also monitor my heart rate, but based on how training went and how I didn't show much signs of cardiac drift at all, even during the longest and the toughest runs, I'm not that worried about it. On pacing groups, I looked at some footage from last year's event to get a feel for the race, and the sub-3 pacing group looks a bit crowded, and the course seems a bit narrow in many places, which I don't think is an environment I do well in. I think I would rather find 1 or 2 runners running at a similar pace to me and kind of just naturally work together, or than just running on my own, which I'm used to from training anyways. On nutrition, I've been practicing fueling during long runs throughout the block, so it's nothing new, even though I haven't mentioned it much in previous videos. I'll take 1 gel just before the start, and then 1 gel every 25 minutes or so during the race, each with about 30 grams of carbs. And I'll probably alternate between drinking water and electrolytes at the aid stations. Luckily, I haven't had any issues digesting gels during training, which matters a lot. It's good to have practice fueling in training because race day is not the time to experiment with gels. One thing that will be a bit different is drinking from cups at the aid stations instead of a bottle, which I've done in training. I'm not too concerned about that, but we'll see how it works out in practice. The biggest risk on race day, or what I'm concerned about the most, is probably the execution, going out too fast, losing focus with fueling, or letting the crowd pull me into a pace that I can't sustain. So the most important thing I can do is probably keep a cool head at the start and during the first half of the race. In terms of mental prep, looking back at my football career and the few road running races I've done so far, I always tend to perform better when I'm enjoying myself. When I'm smiling, soaking in the atmosphere and feeding off the energy around me. Still staying focused and locked in, but not in a too rigid kind of way. Düsseldorf is a big city marathon with lots of crowd support, which is an asset if I use it the right way. So the approach going into race day is to stay locked in on the plan, but also just enjoy it. Smile, wave at the people, take it all in, and let the crowd be an extra fuel source, which is actually how I perform my best. In the final week before the race, the structure stays the same. 4 runs, all of them short, with a bit of intensity sprinkled in, just to stay sharp and keep the legs moving without adding fatigue. On Friday, I'll go to the expo to pick up my bib meet some friends who are also running, and then start carb loading. Saturday is more carb loading, and I'll get my kit ready, shoes, race number, gels, just get everything ready before the big day. Race day breakfast will be the same as I always have. I want no surprises there. And then I want to get to the race early, do a few strides to warm up, and start. Just a few months ago, Sub-3 felt like a stretch goal, something to aim for, but not something I felt certain about at all. Honestly, a bit crazy. Right now though, it feels very much within reach. Not guaranteed, but genuinely realistic. The training data backs it up, the half marathon time trial backed it up, and honestly, I just feel good and ready both physically and mentally. The weather forecast is looking reasonable as I'm filming this, but whatever it ends up being, I will greet it with a smile, go for it and do my best, and see what happens. The hard work is done now, I just have to go run. I'm posting updates every day in the Elaborate Runners community on Skool, so if you want to follow along in real time, the link is in the description. And yeah, the next video will be the race recap. So whatever happens, I thank you for your support, and I'll see you on the other side.